Hi guys, so we are going to be trying something different this week. Hopefully it is something you like. It is going to be a little more demanding in a way, but hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. What we are going to be doing is draw 5, and you're going to make a drawing that fills up your whole page and at least has these 5 things. If you want to add more than that, you're more than welcome, and it will be up to you if next time you would like to shade or color it, but we'll worry about that next time. So what you need to worry about today is making sure that your picture does show these 5 things: a sunflower, a cupcake, a bumblebee, your favorite animal, and a swing set, or just a swing if that's easier. I have looked up some pictures as reference. You are welcome to copy mine, or you can look up your own pictures. I would suggest that if you are going to Google some pictures, that you add cartoon or clip art to the end. So it will show you some kind of easier things that you can draw instead of something that's going to be kind of realistic. A lot of you had a hard time drawing realistically last class, so this is a chance to do something that is a little bit easier. So cartoon or clip art will typically give you something that is a lot easier to draw. So I looked up a bunch of these, or I think like all of them, to find a few examples. So I really liked these 2 sunflowers. This one's from Plants vs. Zombies. I really like how they created that art. So I already have some sunflowers. I looked up some cupcakes as well. I really liked this one. I thought it was super cute. I found this bee. I thought it was really pretty, so I think I'm going to try and do that. And then, of course, you probably already know, corgis are my favorite animal. I hope that you will try to draw your favorite animal. If yours is a corgi as well, great. But make sure that you're trying to do something that is your favorite. So I have a lot of different examples here of corgis. When you are looking up pictures, you might want to be sure that you find a picture that shows the whole body or the whole thing, unless you're going to put that like right up at the front, like he's peeking over or peeking up over the edge. So finding ones like this would probably be better, because you'll be able to put the whole thing, the whole corgi, the whole animal, into your drawing. So lots of different examples, and then a swing at the end. This one's coming off of a cloud. It could be coming off of a tree like this. You can be as creative as you want. This drawing doesn't have to make sense. It can be crazy. For some reason, I've been thinking a lot today about the movie Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I think that's the name of it. So I was thinking about having like cupcakes falling from the sky. You are more than welcome to do this drawing however you want, but it does need to have these 5 things in it, and you need to make sure that you're filling up as much of the page as you possibly can. The easiest way to do that is to draw big. So I'm going to go ahead and move this over. All you really need this week is a pencil and an eraser and a piece of paper. If you do not have a white piece of paper, you are welcome to use a lined piece of paper. Lined paper is perfectly fine for this drawing. Just make sure you're drawing big. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this sunflower. I already drew this circle or oval for the middle of the flower, and then I'm just going to have some curved lines coming up and around for the petals. This is the first time I've done a drawing without an example I already did beforehand. So I'm going to tell you a secret. I'm a little nervous because I have no idea where this is going to go. But that's okay, because that can be some of the best art if you don't know exactly where you're going with it. So we got some petals. Very easy. We have this coming out. These leaves actually look a lot like hearts. So I just keep looking at my picture that I'm using as reference. And if you want to change it up, you can. That's the creative part. Otherwise, you're kind of just copying somebody else's art, which it's still your drawing, but it wasn't your idea. And usually when it comes to art, the best part about it is the idea. And that's the part that can be more unique. So as I'm drawing, I would want to think about what I'm going to do with this next week. Am I going to color it? Am I going to shade it? Well, not all of you, some of my students really did enjoy shading. And I see a lot of students that want to just shade things in. So if that is you, that's awesome. Otherwise, you can just make sure you're drawing kind of big so you'll be able to color it in. I really enjoy coloring with colored pencils. So if it gets a little small, that's not really too big of a deal. I think I will put those little arms on, but I'm going to put them down here. I'm going to scoot my paper to the side because then it's a little bit easier to draw for me at that angle. All right, so we got one down. We got our sunflower. We'll see if we can get another if there's room. I really like this cupcake. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller though, I think. And like I said, I'm going to have them kind of raining down from the sky. Actually, I might skip to the swing first. So I'm going to do, I had this idea of the swing set coming off of a rainbow. So my rainbow's not going to completely fit on there, but you'll know what it is. Should we just, we didn't do that. Maybe I'll make this just a little bit bigger. So like I said, this is the part where you're brainstorming and seeing if it works, and if it doesn't work, it is not a catastrophe. You just learned that you got to change it up a little. That's a weird looking cloud, but we'll go with it. Then I'm going to have, maybe I will have, so this is going to be kind of the chain for my swing. So let's look at our little pictures of the swing. Pretty simple, just lines. You could do just a line. That probably would have been a lot easier and probably would have looked a lot less like my clouds were raining. But maybe we could imagine that the raindrops were forming a chain. I don't know. So here I'm just going to put a big rectangle. I'm going to try and draw it kind of light because I'm going to put, I think, my little corgi right there. So then we've got our swing set. What else do we need? We need cupcakes. So let's go ahead and go back to our unicorn cupcake. I'm going to draw this a little bit smaller probably. Let's see. make sure you're taking your time. So a lot of this is just really going to come out kind of like a free draw, but a free draw with some directions on what needs to be in it. Now, if you want to add a lot of other things, you could. You're welcome to add tons of different things to your drawing if you have room and you have the time and you have a whole lot of creativity in you that you just want to get out. But if you don't have time, just make sure that you're at least, I'm going to make another mouth like that you are at least spending, I would say 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes. Maybe it'll take you 10 or 15 minutes to find some pictures if you're going to look for some pictures. But you should be spending at least 30 minutes on the drawing. And I can tell you right now that I know a lot of you aren't always spending 30 minutes. So make sure you are spending some time to make these look good. It's kind of like the letter S that I start with, because this tail is a little complicated, but I really like how it came out in this reference picture. Little curvy line, and then one last curvy line up there. So maybe if we had time, we could put another cupcake in there. Maybe see if we can do one of these. These are a little easier in this example. So if you want to do one that's easier, I would probably say pick one from there. Let's see, maybe I'll put one down here. So you're looking for like some empty areas. I already know I want to put my corgi right here. So I'm going to try and draw one of these guys over here. If you can't do that weird shape, I would say start with a big triangle. That's going to make it a lot easier. Start with a triangle and then add those curvies to show, I don't know, is that probably icing, I would assume. So it is a little bit smaller on this one. I would definitely want to color this probably with colored pencil, especially in these eyes around these small circles. All right, I'm going to add some more lines. Here we go. All right, let's move on to our corgi. Let's see. I think I like, I'm going to draw this one. Zoom in a little bit. If you're zooming in on a picture, you can just hold the control button, the CTRL, and then I use the mouse scroll, the scrolly thing on the mouse, the wheel. Forgetting words. Okay, so we're going to do this one. This is probably going to be the most complicated part of this. You do not have to copy mine. You are welcome, and I really would love it if you were doing your own. But I have a lot of people that they just want to follow the directions for something and just do what is shown. So it's fine if you're one of those people. There's not a lot that I really have to say on this, so I'm just looking at my picture. This will hopefully be a fairly simple drawing for you, so long as you are trying to get all 5 things in somewhere. If your drawing does get too small, you will most likely want to shade next week, especially if you don't have colored pencils. If you're at school, I'm going to try to bring colored pencils around with me. If you're at home, you're probably just going to need to shade. Don't really like how that hand came out, but we'll see if we can switch it and maybe change it some later. So you're probably seeing a lot of erasing. That's why I draw very lightly, because I like to be able to have kind of guidelines for myself, and I feel like that makes it a lot easier. And then you feel a little less stressed about making any mistakes, because you can easily erase those mistakes and hide them. That's one of my favorite parts, is knowing how many mistakes I made, but I was able to hide them and disguise them. I don't think I'm going to have time to get the bee in here during the video, so I will put the picture up, and hopefully you'll be able to see in the picture where I did the bee. I had a lot of technical problems today. My computer kept crashing while I was trying to make this video for you guys. Very rude of it. I was going to make both of these open, but now that I think about it, I do want him to be kind of winking. So we're going to erase that line, because he's going to be covering that up because he's sitting there on the swing. Big circle for the bottom of his foot. This is a big reason why drawing cartoon versions is simpler. Simple shapes. I'm sure you guys remember, especially if you were one of the people, one of the kids that drew the corgi, the realistic corgi drawing was not nearly this easy. And we used so many more zigzags. I think that's pretty good. So we got our sunflower, we got a couple of cupcakes, we got my favorite animal, got a swing set, and the only thing we would still need would be the bumblebee. So I'd probably put a bumblebee like right here, or you could erase some of the cloud here and put it kind of, I like that idea, perching or like right up above the flower, because bumblebees like flowers. And then you would have some room still down here, so you could add more cupcakes, or you could even do another sunflower. Let me see if I can move this a little so you can see it better. So hopefully this was a good video that you could follow along with, but this is something that is a little more creative, so you don't have to do the exact same things that I am doing in my drawing. You are welcome to do your own. You can make up your own designs. It is all your choice for this assignment. So make sure that you get everything drawn when you're finished drawing. I am not finished with this yet. I don't want to see any pictures sent to me that look exactly like this stage right here, because this isn't done. You still have a lot of empty area here, and one of the rules was fill the page. So this is not full. So draw some other things down here in the corner, right up here, if you are just copying the one that I'm doing. Otherwise, just make sure that you have filled up as much of your paper as possible. When you're done with the video in Schoology, you can go ahead and scroll down a little bit lower, and I will have the picture of this right under our video for the week. So hopefully you have fun with this. Again, these are the only 5 things that you need to have in your drawing, but you are welcome to draw lots of other stuff going on. If you want to tell a story, You could tell a story with these 5 things, or you could just have these random things all together. With the swing, I do want you to have something sitting on it. So whether it's a cupcake, a sunflower, or your favorite animal, or the bumblebee. Maybe he's taking a break from flying. He wanted to sit on a swing set. So all of these need to be in your drawing, and I will have my bumblebee right here very soon. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. It's a little more free. Hopefully it'll be a little more fun. So I can't wait to see what you create this week, and hopefully we can do these a couple more times this year so you have a little more freedom in what you're doing. All right, guys, have fun, and I'll see you next time.